It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. Here we are at the end of the competition season for our elementary schools, and one of the two schools here today could be vying for this year's county championship. A lot is at stake. Both of these teams have won twice already. They're here today to advance to that finalist competition. Let's meet the schools. First, would you welcome Oxon Hill Elementary. Hey Blake, nice to have you back here. Wave to everybody at home. Terrific player. Our captain is Jace. Jace, nice to have you back. And another guard, another safety patrol wearing her sash over there. Julie, nice to have you back as well. Oxon Hill will be playing Whitehall Elementary School, which won the county championship 7 years ago. I know they'd love to repeat. Say hello to Christian. Hey Christian, welcome back to the show. Our captain is Ethan. Hey Ethan, terrific player, and rounding out the threesome is Benson. Benson, nice to have all of you with us today. All right, we start our teams out with 50 points apiece, no penalties for incorrect answers, and for those of you that are new to our program, we have 6 categories of questions, and they are these.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here in the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points, the tougher ones 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. As I was just saying, 50 points just for showing up and looking good. No deductions for incorrect answers. At the end of this round today, the end of this game, we will have a team that will be vying for the chance to be in the finals. Let's go over and make sure everything is working properly. Let's go to Oxon Hill. Jace, would you try the red team's buzzer? It's looking good and it's sounding good. How about Ethan over there at Whitehall? Try the green teams. Also working well. All right, teams, good luck. We go alphabetically, O before W, and let's have a good game. May the better team win. We're proud of all of you, even before we start here today. You guys are terrific. Jace, let's play the bowl.
Dateline Science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Here's your question. Scientists now think that homes with gas stoves, as opposed to electric ones, increase the chances that children in those homes will develop this A-initialed respiratory disease. Whitehall.
Anemia.
Anemia, not anemia. Good try. What A-initialed respiratory disease more likely to develop in homes with gas stoves as opposed to electric ones? Oxon Hill. We're looking for asthma. Asthma. Try again, please, Jace. Oxon Hill, go.
Dateline Science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, here is your question. There has been much controversy about a chat bot that can do your homework for you. Hope you guys are not doing that. Called ChatGPT. Is a form of AI, which stands for what? Oxon Hill.
Artificial intelligence.
He said that with conviction. Absolutely right. Good. Jace, go. You got the points.
Dateline Science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. All right, here's that question, teams. A 9-year-old girl in Calvert County made headlines recently when she found one of the largest of these ever found. Whitehall.
Megalodon. Megalodon 2.
Absolutely right. You gave me more than just tooth. You said Megalodon. Absolutely right. I love that answer. Thanks, Benson, for your help. Go. Green.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. The Chesapeake Bay got a failing grade recently of D+, because of so much pollution that continues to flow into it. The most damaging chemicals have the chemical symbols capital N and capital P. Name those two chemicals for the 15 points. N is nitrogen and P is phosphorus. N was nitrogen and P was phosphorus. No points. We'll turn that light out on the green team and we'll go back to Ethan for the choice.
Body systems for 10.
Body for 10. All right, teams. Observers can tell when you're dreaming because as you sleep, you exhibit REM, which is rapid movement. Whitehall.
Rapid eye movement.
Rapid eye movement. Yes, sir, indeed. Good. Go. Tie score, 65 all. Whitehall.
Body systems for 15.
Body for 15 points. If you are suffering from something called bruxism, B-R-U-X-I-S-M, you are consciously or unconsciously grinding, gnashing, or clenching these body parts, Whitehall.
Your teeth.
Yeah, that's why some people wear guards at night, so they don't crack their teeth because they grind them unconsciously. Good answer. All right, a slight lead for the green team. Ethan, you go.
Let's get physical for 5.
Physical for 5 points. Big as it appears to us, our sun is actually quite a small star, and it is thus classified astronomically as a yellow one of these, but not, yes, Whitehall. It is a yellow dwarf, yeah, but not one of Cinderella's 7. Nice job. Christian, thanks for your help on that. Go, Ethan.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Multiple choice. How many of you have a smartphone? Listen to this. Your smartphone, you probably know this, can count the number of steps you take because it contains an instrument known as which of the following? An altimeter, an oscilloscope, or an accelerometer? Whitehall.
Accelerometer.
Accelerometer, yes, as you accelerate, yeah, it counts your steps as you go. Try to get, how many, 10,000 a day? How many of you have ever done that? Yeah, that's, I know some of you are walkers over there. Go again, please, green.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. All right, teams, here's your question. The long plumes of water that brought torrential rain to California earlier this year, it seemed like it was raining every single week. Those plumes of water are known as atmospheric versions of these bodies of water that flow through towns and cities. Jace?
Rivers.
Rivers, yeah, atmospheric rivers. They called them the Pineapple Express because they came from Hawaii. Good, Jace. Go red.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. A lot of students want to learn how to code in this programming language named for a huge constricting snake. Whitehall.
Python.
Python is right. Good. Green. Go.
Body systems for 5.
Body for 5 points. This behavior, like yawning, but a lot more fun, spreads from one person to another and is said to be the best medicine. Whitehall.
Laughter.
Laughter is absolutely right. Thank you, Benson. All right, the buzzer says we've come to the end of the first round. It's been a good one. You're all doing a terrific job. Oxon Hill 70, Whitehall 110. We'll be back with more Science Bowl in just a moment. Don't you go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Hope you're enjoying this game here. And we appreciate you joining us too here on the Science Bowl. Hope you've been with us throughout the season. And hopefully you've seen these young people before, but if not, let's introduce them to you right now. Let's go over to Oxon Hill. And Jace, tell us a little bit about your school. Who is your principal there?
Miss Tranzo.
Absolutely right. They're rooting for you. And who's the coach of your team?
Mr. Carthens.
Mr. Carthens, yes. And he is a newer coach, and he is doing a fantastic job this year. Jermel, thank you so much for all that you've done. Tell us, Jace, do you have any alternates on your team?
We have Zoe and Alonzo.
And we'll bring them out in just a few moments. They're an integral part of this team here. Tell me about your school. I always like to ask schools, what is it that you are proudest of? What do you like to brag about when you tell people, I go to Oxon Hill Elementary?
I like to tell them that the teachers there offer many opportunities for stuff to do, like extended math learning programs and stuff like the tag program and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a great school there, and I know the teachers are probably a lot of fun too, and I know they're looking out for you. Jace, before I leave you, Tell us what you want to do someday. You shared with us once before. Tell us again.
I want to be a biologist someday.
Biologist, yeah. Before you were a scientist and now you're narrowing it down. Well, you're going to be successful because I like how you're playing this game here and stick to your science dreams there. Julie, nice to have you back. You're a safety patrol. Do people give you a lot of respect because you have that sash? As well they should. Julie, what do you want to do someday?
Well, one day I would like to be a doctor, but if that doesn't work out, I could be a writer or an actor.
Yeah, it's always good to have options in life. You'd be a good doctor, though. I can sense you've got nice empathy. Blake, nice to have you back here. Archaeology and a space traveler, an astronaut, but now you think maybe more archaeology, you told me earlier, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. What got you interested in that?
I don't know. I've just loved science since I was little.
What a great thing to say, and how nice that you're on this show, which really celebrates science. You're doing a nice job here today. Let's talk to your competitors. Whitehall, nice to have you guys back again. I like all these matching shirts. Those of you at home probably noticed, they're advertising that they are on Science Bowl here today. Ethan, tell us about Whitehall. Who's your principal?
Dr. Farmer.
Dr. Farmer, who used to be one of the coaches on the Science Bowl teams here at Whitehall. And who is the coach of the team, Ethan?
Mr. Booker and Miss Murray.
And they are both doing such a great job, and they will be out in just a few moments' time, so we can thank them in person. Any alternates on your team, Ethan? Just give us first names.
Kai, Evie, and Wyatt.
Wonderful. And they were waiting to hear their names. Thank you for mentioning them. Something about Whitehall. You are a National Blue Ribbon school. I was there the day that they presented the flag. Does that make you feel special?
Yes.
Yeah. What is it about the school that is special to you, Ethan?
Because of all the things that you can do. Like, it's not just a normal school experience. You can add on to make it better.
I like what you said there. Not just a normal school. We all want to do something, be in a place that's extraordinary. Sounds like that's where you are. And one day, Ethan, you're going to?
Be a nuclear engineer.
Nuclear engineer. This was a young man who also likes the trades and was contemplating maybe a lifetime as a welder, and his likes and dislikes keep evolving, like for all of us. Good luck to you, Ethan. Benson, nice to have you back. You're a soccer player, and where do you want to do someday?
I want to be a marine biologist.
Marine biologist, yeah. Have you ever been snorkeling or scuba diving?
I've been snorkeling in the bay.
Yeah, sometimes that is the event that kind of sets off a career because of the wonder down there. You're playing a nice game. Christian, nice to have you back. Tell us the Christian story. What do you do in your spare time?
I like to read books, and I like being in after-school activities, like being in morning show.
Very nice, very nice. And career? Have you thought about it yet?
Maybe being a software engineer or being a news reporter.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you're a disciplined young man. You're going to do fine. Yeah, keep up your good work here. Let's get back to our game. Whitehall 110, Oxon Hill 70. Last correct answer came from the green team. So, Ethan, lots of points to give away. The tougher questions certainly all remain. Your choice.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. This M-initialed word, Oxon Hill and Whitehall, this M-initialed word describes the rate at which you digest and use your food.
Metabolism.
Jace?
Metabolism.
You got it. Nice way to start the second half. It is indeed metabolism, often described as fast or slow. Go again. You're close to the century mark.
Green things for 10.
Green for 10 points. If after touching some kinds of oak or ivy you have a bad reaction, it tells you those plants are what? Oxon Hill?
Poisonous.
Poisonous, absolutely right. Poison ivy or poison oak. Don't you go near. Leaves of 3, let them be. That's certainly with poison ivy. 100 to 110, almost a tie score. Jace, go.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. If you go for a hike in the forest, you could also say that you took a walk in this W additional place. Whitehall.
Walk in the woods.
Walk in the woods, absolutely right. Good, go. 5 points. You're up to 115. Go, Ethan. Thanks, Benson.
Science potpourri for 15.
Science for potpourri for 15 points. For southpaws, people who are left-handed, their preference is controlled by 4 gene changes known as these M-initialed events. Whitehall.
Malformities.
Not malforming, that's a good try. What M-initialed events cause those 4 genes to change?
Motor?
Mutations.
Oh.
Mutations is what I was looking for. Nice try, both teams. No points. Go green.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for 5 points. A fictional one of these birds wrote nursery rhymes. But in real life, Whitehall,
A goose. A golden goose.
a mother goose, absolutely right. In real life, they are alarm animals and they honk. They're even better than dogs. All right, thanks, Christian. Go, Ethan.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo for 15 points. All right, teams, here's your question. This is interesting. Polar bears have been discovered to have tiny bumps on the bottom of their paws that gives them more traction on the ice. They work these bumps by increasing what force? Ethan.
Friction.
Yeah, you got it. Friction it is. Nice going. Go.
25.
Let's get physical for 20.
Physical for 20 points. The 15 so-called rare earth elements are ingredients in the small, super efficient ones of these attractive devices used in our cell phones. Whitehall. What you got?
Battery.
Batteries, yes indeed, absolutely. We're talking about those batteries. I was going to say mostly we associate batteries with north and south poles. You got that. Nice answer. All right, you're up to 135. Oxon Hill is at 100. Let's go back to the green team. Ethan, you go.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo for 10. Here we go. Let's look at a picture for the 10-point question in Zoo Parade. Look at the monitor. Look at this. This is a coelacanth, a fish long thought to be extinct until they rediscovered it in 1938. It dates to the time of the dinosaurs and thus is known as a living what?
Fossil.
Oxon Hill.
Fossil.
Fossil. You got it, Jace. Indeed. Good. Go.
Green things for 15.
Green for 15 points. The recently discovered 13 billion-year-old galaxies that give off a green glow have been named after these vegetables that are usually found two to a pod. Whitehall.
Peas.
Peas, yeah, they call it the green pea galaxy. Good. Green, go.
Body systems for 25.
Body system for 25, the big one in that category. All right, teams, there's some very long choices in this multiple choice answer here, in your possible answers here. Listen carefully, and if you study prefixes and suffixes, you'll get it right away. Some of you may remember the Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin, who collapsed on the football field. He had been hit in the chest. His life was saved, miraculously. They think the reason why he collapsed was which of the following? CTE, something that stands for chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or was it something called commotio cordis, C-O-R-D-I-S, or was it atherosclerosis? 1, CTE, 2, commotio cordis, 3, atherosclerosis, having been hit in the chest. All right, for 25 points, Ethan.
The third option.
Not atherosclerosis, good try. Is it CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or something called commotio cordis, C-O-R-D-I-S? Jace.
Commotio cordis?
Yes, because C-O-R, like in coronary, that refers to the heart, and it hit his heart, that collision. All right, good answer. All right, you're back in the game. 135 to 170, you have the advantage. Go red. Jace.
Green things for 20.
Green things, 20 points. Algae blooms that form mats on bodies of water that block out the sunlight and use up huge amounts of this gas when they die. Jace? Blake?
Oxygen?
You got it. Yes, sir. Good. And all of those, when they sink to the bottom, and it causes a dead zone where the fish can't live. Red, go. Red.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. All right, get this one right, and you will go into the lead. You're at 155. This is green things for 25. It's a multiple choice question. Plants demonstrate something called negative geotropism when their stems grow upward, their roots grow downwards, or their flowers turn to face the sun. Which of those three? Come on, Whitehall.
When the flowers turn to face the sun.
No, that's not quite right. Nope. Negative geotropism, illustrated when stems grow upward or roots grow downward.
When stems go upwards.
Absolutely, against the pull of gravity. That's what we want to hear. Good, Red, go.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. The oldest fossilized flower, thought to be over 40 million years old, has been identified by examining some of the pollen grains found in this hardened sap material. Yes, Whitehall.
Amber.
Amber, you got it, just like out of Jurassic Park. Thank Benson, good. All right, you have a 10-point lead. Go, Ethan.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Here you go. Love this. If you like chocolate, listen carefully. Chocolate feels so good in your mouth because of this L-initialed action smoothing the inside of your mouth like oil does for an engine. Whitehall. Say it again.
Lubrication.
Lubrication, absolutely right. Good. All right, you're lubricating your mouth with that chocolate. Go, Green.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. All right, here's that question. It's been found that crocodiles can spend hours underwater without having to breathe because they have a specialized form of this H-initial protein. Whitehall. What you got? Let me finish for Oxon Hill. Crocodiles can hold their breath for hours underwater without having to breathe because they have a specialized form of this H-initial protein in their blood, the same protein we have that makes our blood red.
Hydrogen?
Hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. Go again, please. Last correct answer came from the green team. Was that correct? Green team last? Okay, go, Ethan.
Let's get physical for 25.
Let's get physical for 25 points. Question is, listen carefully. Long question, simple answer. When astronaut David Scott dropped a hammer and a feather on the moon during the Apollo 15 mission and saw that they both fell at the same rate, he proved what Galileo had done at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which was that regardless of this measurement, often confused with weight, things will fall at the same rate. Oxon Hill.
Mass.
Mass is right. Yes, sir. Good. Go, Red.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade for 25 points. Big one in that category. Let's check that score. 200 to 210. Zoo for 25. I've always wondered why birds don't fall off wires when they're sleeping. Birds don't fall off their perches even when asleep because the muscles in their legs automatically cause these T-initialed fibers in their feet to tighten. Whitehall.
Talons.
Not talons, good try. These T-initialed fibers in their feet tighten to keep the birds on the wire.
Tendons?
Tendons is right, yes indeed. Go, Jace. Go.
Dateline science for 25.
Dateline for 25 points. Big one in that category, teams. A new vaccine using the same messenger RNA technology that produced the COVID vaccine has been developed for this M-initialed most deadly form of skin cancer.
Monkeypox.
Not monkeypox, no. This most deadly form of skin cancer, there is a new vaccine out for it, similar to the COVID vaccine. Can you tell us, Oxon Hill?
I don't know.
Melanoma. Melanoma was the right answer. The buzzer has sounded, and it looks like Oxon Hill has eked out a victory here. We'll double check that score and be back with you in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. If you had any doubt that these are wonderful students, all those doubts are dispelled. Only one question unanswered, and of the questions that we asked, only 2 were missed. That tells you what a great game this was and what great young people we have here today. Our final tally is Whitehall 210, Oxon Hill 230. Congratulations. All of you, give yourselves a round of applause here. You're the best. All right, Jace, would you tell us who you got standing back there?
This is our coach, Mr. Carthens, and this is our alternate, Alonzo, and our other alternate, Zoe, and that is our principal, Miss Tranzo.
Thank you all for being here today. Oxon Hill is on the rise here. Whitehall, past champion, future champion over there. Ethan, tell us who you got.
This is Christian, this is Benson, that's McMurray, that's Evie, that's Wyatt, that's Todd. That's Dr. Farmer, that's Mr. Booker.
Hey, Ethan, did you take your microphone off already?
Yeah.
Could you kind of hold it back up there and do it one more time for us? We want to hear who all those folks are. Being on TV is tough. All right, y'all set? All right, go ahead.
That's Christian. That's Benson. That's Miss Murray. That's Evie. That's Wyatt. That's Kai. That's Dr. Farmer. And that's Mr. Booker.
It was just as good the second time, but we could hear it this time. All right, so we congratulate Oxon Hill. We'll see you in the next game. Whitehall, we're going to see you. You're not going anywhere. What a wonderful school and a wonderful team. And thank all of you for watching, too. I hope to see you in the next round and for the championship match in this, our 37th year of competition. I'm Dave Zarin. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.